Family and friends have even posted signs all around town. So far, their efforts have turned up nothing. Well, you can see it's still an active scene here. Police still not letting anyone on the northbound parkway. It's kind of light and fluffy, but if you go outside and you try to brush off your car, there is a layer of ice on it now. Good evening, Mike. Well, the doors opened at 5 o'clock. You can see a large crowd now here at the community center waiting for Hillary Clinton. Well, more than 20 people were forced out because of the fire. Now, police say these teens could be responsible for other crimes in the area. And some of these cars we've already seen, they go through this brilliant display of lights and then circle around again. And even your very own Fios One News reporter is taking advantage of this warm weather. Under blue skies, we're going green with a variety of electric cars. This one gets 94 miles to the gallon. Competition is brewing between the city of Waterbury and the rest of the country to come up with ways to improve the city's image.
After a mix-up with her prescription, a mother of 3 in Rockland County is breathing a sigh of relief that she wasn't the victim of a drug overdose. Fios One Steve Saunders picks up the story in Suffering.
Here, I'm supposed to be taking all of that.
Joanna Velarde says she's still shaken, but also thankful that she did not follow the instructions on her medicine bottle.
I'm very upset because I have 3 small children, 3 small babies here, that if I did take all of those pills, they would have had a mother that definitely would have went to the hospital.
Joanna hurt her back and the doctor prescribed a steroid. The prescription was sent to this CVS pharmacy in Suffern. She was supposed to take 3 pills a day at 20 milligrams each. Instead, the pharmacy's instructions called for her to take 6 times that amount.
With this, I was lucky. I was lucky that my mother was the one that saw the mistake and had me calling CVS.
She would have taken 18 pills in a 24-hour period. It's unclear exactly what would have happened to her had she followed the instructions, but the whole situation caused her to fear the worst.
I've heard that I could have seizures. I've heard that it could lead to a heart attack.
She reported the mistake to CVS, and the company offered her an apology and fixed the instructions. Now, we did receive a statement from CVS Pharmacy saying, quote, "The health and safety of our customers is our #1 priority, and we have comprehensive policies and procedures in place to ensure prescription safety. We have sincerely apologized to Ms. Velarde, and we are actively investigating this matter to determine what occurred in providing the directions for her prescription." Meanwhile, Joanna says she'll be looking for a new pharmacy. Reporting in Suffern, Steve Saunders, Fios One News.
A potential candidate for the New York State Assembly is sounding off over merchandise promoting the slogan, "I love New York."
Fios One Steve Saunders reports most of the logo-bearing products are made elsewhere.
If you live in New York, you're probably familiar with this popular heartfelt campaign. But it's the tag on the back of the swag that caught the eye of New Windsor resident Colin Schmidt.
When you stop at any of the state rest stops, you'll actually see most of the material is made in either China, Taiwan, Dominican Republic.
Schmidt, who serves in the Army National Guard, is exploring a run for a seat in the New York State Assembly. He says the merchandise should benefit the New York economy.
I Love New York should be made in New York, and we have so many great businesses across the state, not only in the 99th Assembly District, but across the state of New York, who can produce T-shirts, who can produce pens, who can produce bumper stickers and magnets.
Some people were surprised to find out where the merchandise was actually being made, others not so much. But everyone we spoke to seemed to agree on one thing.
It's supposed to be made in New York. Okay. If we say, "I love New York," not made in China.
I know it's cheaper, but you're kind of still just going against the point. You know, I love New York, New York's great. Why wouldn't you want that to be in the New York economy?
According to the New York Department of Economic Development, which happens to benefit from the money generated by the sales of the merchandise, last year the state committed $50 million to promote tourism. Schmidt says the state licenses out the production of the promotional merchandise. We reached out to the state for comment. The Empire State Development Agency released this statement saying, quote, "As of 2015, nearly half the licensees in the I Love New York licensing program were based in New York State. That being said, I Love New York is a global brand with licensees all over the world, helping to build awareness of New York State as a world-class travel destination. Empire State Development is always mindful of promoting I Love New York in a manner that best highlights New York State. We encourage but do not require New York State-sourced merchandise because the licensee is best qualified to make their own business decisions." Steve Saunders, Fios One News.
It's abnormally warm in the Hudson Valley today. In fact, it was a record breaker for this time of year, with temperatures reaching into the 70s. Fios One Steve Saunders is in White Plains talking with people who are enjoying this lingering taste of summer.
The leaves are off the trees, but the windows and doors are open along Mamaroneck Avenue. Friday's record-breaking warmth in our area making people stop and think, is it really November?
Yeah, I think it's like springtime in the fall.
People out walking their pets, others in short sleeves, some even grabbing a bite to eat in the fresh air.
It's beautiful. It's a Friday afternoon, out to dinner with the family. November, I mean, this is incredible.
Stephanie Frawley from Harrison cannot believe she can eat dinner with the windows wide open.
As long as it's like this, we'll be outside enjoying it.
The high temperature got past 70 degrees in our area, setting a new record high, shattering the old one, a high of 67 set back in 1959.
I remember when it was Halloween and we had a snowstorm. And now it's November 6th and I have no jacket.
And even your very own Fios One News reporter is taking advantage of this warm weather. I'm wearing shorts. But come the weekend, those shorts will be back in the closet. The Fios One Weather Center says temperatures will be on the decline.
Take advantage of it while we can, because before we know it, it's going to get cold again.
Reporting on an unseasonably warm day in White Plains.
Weather's just nice. It's nice to have it.
Steve Saunders, Fios One News.